What's up guys, Simon here. In this video I wanted to talk about the metaverse. If it is a great investment, it is the future of the internet. They're calling it the Web 3.0, the newest thing where you get to invest in a particular virtual space. In fact, recently Facebook changed its name to Meta. This is all part of living life in this 3D digital space that could be a potential utopia. And the metaverse is becoming one of the biggest investments out. It could be $1 trillion market. In this video, we're going to cover it, give you my thoughts on whether or not investing in it is a good idea or bad idea, whether or not I'm going to invest in it, or whether or not I'm just going to start living my life in the metaverse and doing YouTube channel videos in the metaverse instead of in real life on YouTube. So if you're confused about that, I was at first, but then I remembered there's something that reminded me of the metaverse and where buying a certain piece of digital land was important. And when I was younger, that piece we're going to discuss in this video. I personally bought a little block square for about $100 on a website that gave me nothing. And the person that created this website, Pixel Space, made $1 million selling all of these little pixels, and it became a craze. That was kind of like the metaverse. And the metaverse today is this virtual 3D world that you could live in, play in, buy things, have girlfriends in, and everybody is crazed about it. So what about investing or buying a piece of land that you'll actually never live in physically? Well, let's find out in this video. So before I get into it, the biggest favor you could do for me is hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm, but more importantly, it makes me happy, and you should make me happy sometimes too. So let's get into it. So the thing about the metaverse is we are all expected to play, live, socialize in the metaverse. That's what Facebook was, kind of, right? People were talking to each other, chatting. Nobody met up face to face. Dating became virtual through the apps, through the internet, through Zoom. And you would have virtual wine days where you're drinking a glass of wine. Instead of meeting up with that person, you're sitting there in your underwear with a nice button up. Now, the metaverse is not just a piece of real estate you could own or live in a town that just got created that has Snoop Dogg as your neighbor and Elon Musk as your other neighbor. It's literally could be anything. It's a virtual event where you could go to an unveiling, a concert, anything related to a virtual event as if you're there. And it is done through virtual reality technology, but overall it's a place that exists in the internet that you're part of. And that could be so vast in terms of anything. So you could shop for anything you want in the metaverse. You could spend cryptocurrency, which is becoming big in the metaverse. And it is really endless, and the possibilities are endless to fulfill your happiness in a virtual reality world. So when I mentioned Web 3.0, we should talk about Web 1.0. Web 1.0 was the beginning of the internet, where Google and Yahoo were the top companies. In fact, Yahoo was before Google a top company that was providing you search results. People were putting information on the internet, cooking recipes, books, etc. And you could download and connect with people on the internet based on emails. Yes, emails were created about 20 years or so ago.
Welcome. You've got mail.
And now came out Web 2.0, which is Facebook, YouTube, a way for people to talk to each other on the internet and socialize with each other without being physically present with one another, but experiencing everything that individual has to offer, from where they are, what they do, what they ate, how they feel that day, how awful they had of a day, etc. So that's the Web 2.0. That's where we're presently living in. It's that Google, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram world. And then came in Web 3.0, which is now dubbed the metaverse, where it's going to take your experience on the internet to a whole new level. So imagine going on a date, not yourself, but your metaverse you.
Darling, where are you?
Hi, sugar.
Hello, my love.
Have you been working out? You look so good.
And you could dress yourself in your metaverse wearing the nicest outfit a suit, a Gucci suit, some sunglasses, and your button up underneath is silky smooth. You have a lot of money. You pull up in a Ferrari.
You be careful. If you're scratching the cars, it's scratching your ass.
Your date is going great, and the virtual date that you're on, the individual on this metaverse that you're dating actually likes you.
Because I like you so much.
Of course, this date is paid for by either Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or even Dogecoin. Yes, Dogecoin. I hope it's Dogecoin because I have a lot invested in Dogecoin, so let's keep pumping it. But you're paying for your date. And she goes, oh my God, you have 1 million Dogecoin. And you're like, yes, I do. I am wealthy. And you guys have, your drinks, and then it goes back into your virtual apartment.
Hello, Adam. I'm a one-man virtual girl.
Now, your apartment's not just any apartment. You're successful off Dogecoin. So you have the master suite or the penthouse at, say, Miami overlooking the ocean.
You've got your drop-top TV that is hidden into the ceiling and then comes down, your marble slab fireplace, all these stunning built-ins, electronic pocket doors that disappear into the wall, open to a 1,500 square foot master terrace that looks over the entire city.
And it's worth meta $1 million, right? Meta million. So overall, the metaverse is a place where you are going to create the virtual you that's going to probably have a better life than your present you, and you're going to love that life more, that you will engage in that life even more. And this could all be provided to you by Facebook, who, of course, again, changed their name to Meta.
I signed up for Second Life about a year ago. Back then, my life was so great that I literally wanted a second one.
Out of all these conglomerates, Google, Amazon, Facebook, or Meta, and everybody else, they all want to take advantage of the future of this universe because they don't want to miss Web 3.0, which is going to be a huge unveiling of how people are going to interact in the future. If we're interacting now through messages and so forth, in the future, our clone of ourselves is going to interact with the clone of that other individual.
Hey, who are you? I'm your clone. Who are you? My clone. Then who am I? You're not you. Who are you if I'm not me? I'm you.
So in terms of investing in the metaverse, it all sounds great. These companies have a lot of money to throw at this potential. In fact, they could afford to take a loss if they don't succeed in the metaverse, but they certainly have a lot of money to try. Now, would I invest in the metaverse and purchase my first Metaverse island or a house that recently sold for nearly $190,000, about 186 and some change to be exact, in Decentraland? That's right, there's a place already called Decentraland. It is supposedly spectacular, which hosts about 97,000 plots of land that's limited. And Decentraland is one of the few that exist right now. There's also the Sandbox, which is a huge piece of land or metaverse that you could get as well, or has its own allocated lots. And brands like Adidas and Atari and a bunch of other companies are buying spaces of virtual land in the Sandbox or in Decentraland because they want to be part of it to advertise, similar to how they bought space on that $1 million webpage. Now, that webpage you could check out. It's called milliondollarwebpage.com. It was a brilliant idea that was first started when the internet started. And it seems like what is happening with the metaverse is they're taking that idea and they're making it 3D. Instead of 2D, a map that's kind of just an image, it's 3D and people can move around in there. And as technology grows, you'll grow along with it. So the term metaverse is supposedly the evolution of people on the internet. And as we grow more and more accustomed to our smartphones, the internet, virtual reality now, which is going to be a $36 billion a year industry, we are going to start not understanding reality from virtual reality, or so they say, where we are going to spend more time potentially in virtual reality than we may in existing actual reality. And that may be the future. So your jobs in the future may actually be in the metaverse as well if the metaverse becomes really big. So if you're programming now to do back-end stuff for Facebook or Meta, you may actually be spending time in virtual reality programming things as a character there, helping someone out in real time as a 3D character making decisions. It's crazy.
In my second life, I was also a paper salesman. And I was also named White. Absolutely everything was the same. Except I could fly.
Of course, Facebook's big rebrand to Meta has skyrocketed the Sandbox and Decentraland and has pushed more for a metaverse future. I think Facebook is trying to stay ahead of the game. They're investing in it, and then all of the big companies are following their path to see or take advantage of this rapidly growing, booming industry of virtual reality. So, however, with all of this virtual reality, having a virtual girlfriend, a virtual dog, a virtual turtle pet, and a virtual Ferrari sounds great. Well, if your mind is tricked that this is the next big drug where you need to fulfill a life that you may not be fulfilling in your existing life blueprint, etc., virtual reality, having a family and their friendships, everything that raises your endorphins and makes you happier is potentially a very big thing. So investing in a plot of land to live next to Snoop Dogg or any of these other characters that are there, or maybe even having a virtual store next to Adidas, that may mean something, and that may be worth money. However, for me, it's too early to invest. Like the Web 1.0 $1 million web page, after the hype died out, it became nothing. Now, that was a fraction of advancement of what the metaverse can be. The metaverse will include concerts. It will include so many things that people will virtually partake in. And it looks like it may even take over the schooling or education system where classes are going to be in the metaverse. So everything is happening virtual. I'm still not convinced, however, that it's here to stay. I have to see how it is being approached. I would not personally pay $200,000 for a pixelated land space. That's because maybe I don't want to throw money away, or maybe I'm not confident enough in that type of investment, but I just have not bought into it yet. And you can do your research. I don't think it's going away. I think it is going to increase in terms of people actually using it. And as more and more people grow into virtual reality, especially with younger generations of individuals, that will partake, and maybe in 30 years or so, that is going to be our new Friday night out, Saturday night out, is to really put on our VR glasses and dream like they do in those movies where you are just living the best life you can while sitting on your couch and possibly gaining weight. So again, the metaverse is out there. It's crazy. I think it's not going away. I think it will be there, but in terms of investment, I would be careful. I'm personally not going to invest in it yet unless the plot of land I can buy is next to Adriana Lima or somebody that is a top supermodel. Anyway, I hope my wife doesn't watch this video, but that is the only way I can see myself purchasing a nice plot of land. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Create your metaverse characters now before it's too late. It's going to be like a Instagram ID. Once it's gone. And hopefully we all are happy in the next metaverse, which is Web 3.0, and I guess the afterlife nowadays. Hope you enjoyed this video. The biggest favor you could do for me is hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate it. On to the metaverse I go in 2022. Maybe that's where my life is meant to be, and hopefully yours is as well. Catch you guys here next time.
Why did you do that?
Just killing Germans any way I can.
We're on the German team. Shoot the British.
Wait, are we playing teams?
Yeah.